Hi, my name is Paul Davids and today we're taking a look at overtones. Overtones are everywhere. When we play a note on a guitar, for example, we perceive that as being one note. But there's so much more to it than that. We probably all heard of the term A is 440. That means A resonates at the frequency of 440 Hz per second. And that A is 440 note is fret 5 on the E string. And here I've got a frequency spectrum analyzer which makes visual what frequencies we are hearing. So we see the thing moving all over the place, but A should be 440, right? All those other peaks are mostly overtones. So we see a distinctive peak at 440 over here. And we see another one over here, which is roughly at 880, which is an octave. The next one, around 1.3 kilohertz, is an E. It's not an octave, but a fifth. All those peaks are overtones occurring in the harmonic series found in nature. And these overtones really change the character or the timbre of an instrument. An overdrive or a distortion pedal can really bring up those harmonics or overtones. Here I've got a synthesizer creating a perfect sine wave at 440 Hz without any overtones. You see just one peak. It doesn't occur in nature. And now let's put an overdrive pedal to this sound and find out what happens. All these overtones are created by just turning on the pedal. You see, just one note, pedal on, a lot more spikes. And the lower the spikes, the less volume they have. So by just turning on the overdrive pedal, the tones become much more rich and more complicated. Just imagine what happens when you put an overdrive pedal on a sound that has lots of overtones by itself already. For instance, a guitar. So this is the A string without overdrive. And now turn on the overdrive. You see, there's so much more harmonic content. The spectrum is all over the place, much more peaks, so much more overtones. But what do these overtones sound like? Now what we're gonna do is stacking the overtones on top of each other using a perfect sine wave. So we start off with one note and each time adding one overtone. This example starts with the pitch of an open A string. So keep your eyes on the spectrum. One note. Adding the octave, the second overtone. And now we're adding two together because it takes too long. The fifth and another octave. A third and a fifth. Now a flat seventh and another octave. And now a second and a third above that. Now it's getting juicy. And now a sharp 4 and a 5. So if you look at the spectrum, you see 12 distinct peaks. One bass note, the A string, and 11 overtones. This sounds pretty cool because eventually it almost sounds like one note, doesn't it? And of course right now these overtones are much louder than they would occur in nature. Alright, now let's do something musical with it. I've got some of the most, overplayed riffs. So let's start out with just a root, a perfect sine wave, and this may be too low for your phone speakers, but we build it up. Here we go. Two notes. We're up to 4. 8. Look at the spectrum and see how every overtone is clearly visible playing the melody. But what happens if we turn on the overdrive on this sound? Without? Almost no overtones at the right. And you see the overdrive pedal really enhances the overtones. We see the spectrum filled up all the way to the end. Okay, cool, but now let's take this even further. Probably too far, but who cares? Now I will play this riff with a guitar, but instead of adding overtones with a sine wave, I'm adding them on another guitar. So this is getting pretty heavy because all the overtones have overtones themselves. So it's like overtoneception or something. But to keep it a little civilized, I will roll down the tone knob and put the guitar directly into the sound card. that's pretty heavy, but now let's put an overdrive pedal to that. Wow. Let's put it in the mix. Alright, and try it out with another classic riff. Okay, but now it's time for the ultimate overdub of doom. Now you play with the tone knobs open and straight into a cranked Marshall amp. And now turn on the overdrive pedal to that. Oh yeah, this is pretty awesome. If you mix this properly, you can really get a super rich and complex sound, which is definitely usable. Just overdub yourself 11 times using the harmonic series and you're done. Pretty straightforward. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that alert button if you want to be notified by my videos. This was Paul. Have a great day. Cheers.